Greetings, viewers. Today we're going to be looking at yet another Dell. But this isn't one that I've ever really seen before. It is an Optiplex 210L. Now, I've seen Optiplex 210s before, but not any in this desktop style case. Usually when I see these, I see them in the tower, and I think I would honestly probably prefer the tower over one of these desktop cases, but these are certainly a lot easier to deal with, especially when you don't really need the computer, you don't really have the space for it. It's got the 4 LEDs. This is actually a little bit newer than I thought, because you can see they're 1, 2, 3, and 4 as opposed to A, B, C, and D that they were on previous Dells. It's Pentium 4, not a Pentium 4 HT. It's got a Windows XP Pro COA on the back, on the top, actually I should say. If you go around back, we can see no expansion cards. And intriguingly enough, it's got parallel serial, but no PS2 ports. So there's your Ethernet, your 4 USB, although you really only get 2 USB, and your audio, and the service tag. So, if we go and we pop the cover, if I can. Take a look inside. It's pretty similar to a modern Dell. There's only 2 RAM slots. So, if I want to upgrade the RAM, I'll have to get some 2GB modules. So this is probably not going to see an upgrade, assuming it's not already running 2 gigs. There's a hard drive under there, which I think is serial ATA. Yeah, it's serial ATA, though the optical drive is IDE. And it does have a floppy drive as well, as is right and proper. There's the chipset. So, pretty typical layout for a Dell. Looks like there are 2 PCI and a PCI Express X1 slot. So, no real opportunity to upgrade the video on this. Not that you'd ever really do that in a desktop style case like this with small form factor slots. They just really weren't designed for it. Or maybe you could find a PCI card that's better than the onboard video, but I really kind of doubt it for something that seems like it's quite a bit newer than I thought. Okay, got it cabled up. Now this could do anything because I have not powered this up. So, it's anybody's guess as to whether or not this is going to work. Okay. I have some lights. Camera. Oops. I didn't make it into setup. Oh, here we go. Maybe. Did I make it into setup? Yep, there we go. Optiplex 210L A02. Almost certainly there's an updated BIOS. Pentium 4, 3.2 gigahertz. It is hyper-threaded. That's actually not a bad Pentium 4 either. It's pretty high up there. I know I've got a 3.4 somewhere around here, but I've never really seen anything higher than a 3.4 in person. It's got 1 gig of RAM, so yeah, we can upgrade that. And date and time is wrong. What do we got for drives? Holy crap. That's a 500 gigabyte hard drive. Not bad, man. Not bad at all. Of course, light on, optical drive, nothing special. Smart reporting is off. I should probably turn that on. Not that it makes much of a difference. Interestingly, this does not support RPL booting. Not that anybody uses that. Everybody uses PXE. Everything there is pretty standard. I'm going to just go ahead and we'll save and exit. And then we'll see what it boots into. I think it actually might have a custom BIOS on it. At least a partially custom BIOS. Let's see what it starts. Windows XP. I may need to stop the video depending upon what it does next. Oh, loading your personal settings. Uh-oh. Yeah, it's just a generic name. Half the devices aren't recognized. But 500 gig hard drive. What is on? Is there any data on this? I don't think so. Not that I'd peruse it on video, but well, there's a fair amount of stuff. Almost 100 gigabytes worth. Holy crap. Well, there's 80 gigabytes right there. I think that's sensor data. Yep, that's all sensor data. What kind of applications does this actually have installed? Yeah, it's just sensors. So there's not much really on here. Really, it's just that sensor folder that I'll probably grab. Transfer somewhere else, because that might be worth hanging on to. But, yeah. What'll probably happen, I'll give it a RAM upgrade. I can give it 2 gigs, and then it'll get Windows XP Professional. Haven't decided whether I'll put SP4 on it or not. Probably not. It'll probably just be an XP machine. I don't really need to do too much with this, because it's nothing fancy. It's nothing special. So, could always use it as a Linux test bed, but I've got more than enough of those anyway, so don't need this one for that. I'm going to call the video at that. So, thank you for watching, and if you've got any comments, feel free to leave them down below.